All right, hi guys, it's Yusuke from Karate Dojo waKu. Thank you so much for checking out yesterday's video, which the title was My 1000 Plus Days in Okinawan Karate Changed Everything. And I showed the after. I showed the katas from Heian Shodan to Heian Godan, and I had you guys see the difference between the katas I've done in 2020, my tutorial videos, and my recent movement. And because there were so many changes that happened in the last 4 years. Some of you seem to be a little confused and asked me great questions at the comment section. So first of all, thank you so much for asking those to me. So I thought, why not take some time to answer them for you through a video so you can get a deeper understanding of what I'm thinking and see if that's, useful for you or not. So let's go to the first question. Okay, first question or first comment that I want to pick up by Jean Marais 337. Thank you so much. Nicely done, thank you. I noticed how well you relax between moves, which is something I'm struggling with. Your fist seems to relax so much that your hands open, which I know is not wanted by judges, but in Kung Fu, you don't often make fists because the relaxation helps the speed. Practically, I think this has a merit. Yes, I completely agree with you. In the karate kata competitions, making your fist is one of the things that the judges see, yes. So if you make a hole this big, they'll recognize that as you having a poor fist or a poor tight fist. However, my personal focus right now is not on competitions. When it used to be that way, I used to make a tight fist, but that's not my, I guess, passion anymore. So that's why my kata has changed like this. But it's not like one is right and one is wrong, guys. You should always use karate as a tool to brighten up your life, enjoy your life. So that was something that I wanted to emphasize. Because, I would see in the comment section people fighting over which is the right way of doing things. So I wanted to address that first. Next one. Looked so Kempo in the blocks and strikes. Is there a relation to the style? Personally, I think you're referring to American Kempo. I've never done American Kempo before, so if it seems similar, then maybe it is. The pure focus, maybe you're talking about the specific angle of the blocks or maybe how relaxed I am. But if you're referring to the quickness, that comes from the relaxation. And it's actually much heavier if you do something like this. This one. You are rushing through the kata. Make sure that you keep your center. This way your heel won't come off the floor as it does in this video. Nice point about this too. First of all, I think there is a misunderstanding in the rushing concept. When you practice kata, the way I see kata is it's just a training tool in order to make your body stronger or in order to make yourself stronger. So if it helps you to first be able to get the power out by taking each step, I think you should pause after each technique. Because if you don't have the ability to make the power by pausing or by taking it that slowly, there's no way that you'll be able to make the same amount of power with a faster pace, if that makes sense. Right now, I have no problem doing it step by step. So I don't want to stay at that stage. I want to make sure that my techniques flow and that my technique, even within the flow, has power. If it's just flowing without power, that's not good, I think. But if you're able to reach the same amount of power with a static pace kata, still while doing it in a flow, then I prefer doing it in a flow-ish or a flow kata. So yes, I am keeping my center within the flow. And the heel, it doesn't matter so much where the heel is or how the heel is. As long as your body weight goes down at the impact, it's okay. However, it's very hard for a beginner to make a connection between their body and the weight falling. That's why a lot of martial art teachers would say plant your foot on the ground, so it's easier to get the body weight down. But that doesn't mean your heel always has to be on the ground. When you're moving, the heel can come up. When you're actually doing the technique, the weight should go down. So this is actually a great question. Your stance is, next one, Raka Nandra. Your stances are not as grounded as they used to be. Slight changes may be the way you twist your hip. Otherwise, your strong spirit is always there. Thank you. So the stance is being grounded or not, right? A lot of shotokan practitioners misunderstand the strength of the stance and they relate that to how low you become. Lower stances does not mean stronger. This is a key point. If you're training karate to make yourself stronger, I think you should consider this point. If you're training karate to win in competitions, then the lower the stance, the better. In the current, I would say consensus. However, like picture you're getting pushed by somebody, right? Like a bigger dude, he's about to shove you. How would you stand? Would you have that super low stance of shotokan? Or would you have a slightly higher stance with the knees bent and getting ready? I think you'll do the latter. Or let's say you want to push somebody. Would you go that low? I don't think so. So there's a difference between, or you should change your stance depending on your goals. And for me, my goal is to make myself stronger. So I don't want to go that low. One specific technique-wise, the reason why lower stances are weaker is because the front part of the groin, basically, I don't know if you can see, but this part, when this joint or this muscle gets stretched out, your upper body and your lower body becomes very disconnected. As a result, if that's that happens when your stance is super long. Maybe the longer the stance you make, the more stretch you feel on that part. I'm sure you experienced this before. And if you get pushed over with that stance, your upper body is gonna swing back. This momentum will not go to the ground, but it'll escape from the back. Therefore, it's always good to have that part relaxed, and to do so, a higher stance is better. Maybe you can check out the video that I've done with, I forgot the name, with the Japanese samurai teacher, Amemiya sensei, from right here. He goes more into detail on how to make your stances stronger. Hips working a lot, but sometimes it seems the Kime softened. The transition speed seems inadequate to the technique speed, but what I know about karate. Thank you so much. So the Kime softened. It's more so the Kime is shorter and sharper. And that's why it's not as obvious. Like if I do something like this, it's you can see the power, right? Visually, like this. But you can hit this maximum power output in a shorter period of time. This, I'm extending that impact moment. Here, right? Here, it's long. But if I can, this, I'm hitting the same depth or even further power, and I'm letting it go earlier. And I'm reaching it faster. So if I were to draw a graph, the first one, this one, I'm going ba, and then once I hit the top, I'm stagnant here. But this, I'm going pop, 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 pop. It's a sharper spike. And when you actually move your body, you don't want to be staying somewhere. You don't want to be stuck. So that's why I do my katas like this now. The transition speed seems inadequate to the technique speed. Yes, because this one, I'm focusing more on, not so much on the speed of the footwork, but more on creating power to each strike. So of course, I'm not saying the way I did the kata in this video is the absolute way of doing so. If I want to do my focus, if I want to do the practice with the focus on the footwork speed and the power, then the kata would change. So yeah, thank you so much for noticing that difference. The stance seems shallower, same point as before. And then I have some comments here as well, so let's check something. What is the reason for you starting a lot of techniques late? For example, in Heian Shodan, you turn first and then do Gedanbarai, or step first and then do the Tsuki or Shitoke. Why? So how I'm creating the power is by twisting the body from the foot and whipping that out to the top of my top of the body, which in this case is the hand. I'd like you to take a look at my past videos on hip rotation on my YouTube video so you get a better idea. And as the power comes up from the foot to the hand, it takes a little bit of time. So the whole body is not moving at the same time. It's gradually overlapping, going from one joint to another. Picture somebody throwing a ball, right? The hip and the hand does not move together. The hip moves and then the arm whips out. This goes the same for all sports, tennis, golf, kicks in soccer, football, anything. It's called the open kinetic chain. If you can look that up, you'll see more. And basically, there's a gradual change happening within your body. That's why it seems like the techniques are late, as you described it. All the body parts do not move together in this connection. It looks like you use far more hip movement. Is that done on purpose and why? Yes, it's done on purpose, but it's not just the hip that's moving. I'm actually starting the movement from my foot. And this creates more power. Please refer to my past videos. You can obviously see the hip movement changes. Cadence of the forms is what I stood out to me the most. You're accustomed to doing them a bit slower, but my background is Tansado. I had understood shotokan also emphasized slowness and strength, but I see fluidity and blending for a lot of the movement. No judgment, just commenting. Yes, thank you so much. I think that's a fair observation. Yeah, so I hope that answers some of your questions. Hopefully, I will be uploading more, I would say, movements that I've been picking up recently. So yeah, I hope you can pay attention to those. And if you have any questions, comment down below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.